It's not as crowded as it was on Sunday. That was awesome.
Good morning. It was a hot one last night. I think our jet lag has finally worn off, and we have a big adventure today that we're very excited about. Today we are going to be renting a boat for about 4 hours and taking it for a ride along Lake Como. Sarah will be the captain. She has more boating experience than me with driving boats, so she's going to be handling it, and we are super excited to take you along with us.
Ready? You are ready.
After a quick safety briefing and learning about the lake, we are off, and Sarah's driving.
Yay! They were very surprised.
Look at her. Yeah, they were, well, I think they were more excited that a woman was driving.
Yeah.
They were pretty excited that she was driving. So I'm gonna sit back and relax for the next 4 hours, and she's gonna do all the work. It's gonna be awesome.
Gotta get sunscreened up before we start. We're gonna take the villa route because we have 4 hours, but KJ and I are kind of over seeing rich people's houses, just like looking at them, unless we're gonna be invited in. So I'd rather just like hang out for a spot and like swim with the houses in the background, if that's okay with you.
Works for me.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we've been staying in Bellano, which is right next to the town of Verona. So basically we're gonna take the boat down the coast. We're turning left and going to see Verona, and then we can go across the lake to Bellagio, and then down a little bit further and come up the other coast on the other side of the lake and see Tremezzo, Menaggio, other small fishing towns. And we can basically jump off at any point and go swimming. Hopefully we'll do that. This is the villa tour, so you can see a bunch of different villas. There's literally 8 on here. There are 3 towns that are really the biggest towns. They're a triangle. It's Bellagio, Menaggio, and Verona. So you cannot cross the lake at the longest width. So basically you have to go to Bellagio, cross there, drive around Bellagio, and then you can cross on the other side. That's how you get there. Or you go past Menaggio and Verona, like up north Bellano near us, and then you can cross.
We're passing our first town, Verona. We were here yesterday, as you probably saw from our last video. Much prettier from the water and way less hectic because we're on our own schedule today. We are our own ferry.
Also, we were here around a similar time yesterday, maybe like an hour later. It's not as crowded as it was on Sunday, so midweek days are good for less crowds.
In Verona is a villa called Villa Monastero. You can see it from the water. It's our first stop of this villa tour that we're doing, and Sarah's gonna tell you a little more about it.
At it again with a little booklet that they gave us with information. So it's a very beautiful place because you can see Bellagio right across the lake. There's a bunch of gardens, classic. And the name is due to a female cloister of St. Mary. It's worldwide known to be an important international conference center where Nobel Prize Enrico Fermi held some lessons in 1954. For what? I don't know.
Well, Fermi, he has like a principle, right? I think in physics or something?
So physics lessons.
Maybe.
All right, Captain Sarah here. We made it to Bellagio, so we're gonna cross the lake this way.
Our next villa stop is the Grand Hotel Villa Serbelloni. It's in Bellagio, so we just made our way down to the little tip where we were stuck the other day, if you recall that. And a little more about the Grand Hotel Villa Serbelloni. It was bought by a Swiss businessman, Arturo Boucher, in 1918, right at the end of World War I. In the 100 years, 3 generations have managed the hotel. So it sounds like his family is still running the hotel, which is really cool. It's hosted a lot of royalty as well as 2 American presidents.
All right, Villa Melzi is one of the most prestigious villas on Lake Como, which is surprising because there's a lot. It was built in the early 1800s for Duke Francesco, Duke of Lodi, and Vice President of the Italian Republic with Napoleon. Nowadays, it's a private residence and the gardens are massive.
our last villa stop, the last one that I wanted to see, was Villa Bellano. If you're a fan of Star Wars or James Bond, there are scenes in Star Wars Episode 2 as well as James Bond Casino Royale filmed here. So pretty cool to see in person, and it's beautiful. We're done with villas. It is time to go swimming. This area is a little bumpy. Jealous. He's gliding.
They're literally chilling, and we're like, that was awesome. Look at that. Wow. Also, the good news is this lake is pretty warm, so I could just hang out in it all day. I wish we had a float.
Whew, that feels good. That felt nice. Whew. So basically when you want to swim in Lake Como jumping off a boat, the lake is so deep that an anchor isn't necessary. The people that we rented the boat from told us that basically as soon as you leave shore, the water gets to be about 20 meters deep, so the anchor is basically useless. All you have to do is cut the engine, one person has to stay in the boat while the other jumps, and that's it. So very simple, and look at this background. I mean,
so there's a lot of options for what activities you want to do on the water. One is renting a really fancy boat, typical Italian wood. It looks beautiful, but it's very expensive, and you usually have a driver and they drive you around. Seems amazing, but a bit expensive. You can also rent a boat yourself and be the driver, which is a little bit less expensive. For this boat, we paid €250 for 4 hours, and we are the captains, so we can drive wherever we want. We got kind of sick of seeing more villas in the middle, so we just stopped and went for a swim and had a picnic. There's also kayaking. I thought I really wanted to kayak, but then I realized there's more flexibility and control with a boat. We got to see so many towns from the boat today, and with a kayak, it would be a lot to see a lot of towns. You could kind of go through one. And it was nice that the boat rental we picked up right in Bellano, so we didn't have to catch a ferry or a train to get there. We just walked outside of our apartment and went. So highly recommend renting a boat yourself and being a captain. I've driven boats before, I have my boater's license, but it's really not that hard. You just have to drive it.
also, it is so hot out. Kayaking would be pretty miserable, not gonna lie. The wind and the breeze you feel on the boat is absolutely amazing. And to end the day, a nice picnic with a view of Verena.
Senza gluten.
Sarah is working on all of her languages.
Okay, so, flop. We are just one town over from Bellano. It's 2 o'clock, so we have to go return the boat. And this has been such a fun day. I loved hanging out with KJ, being on the boat.
She likes hanging out with me.
I like him.
I had no idea until right now. All right, Captain, take us home.
Let's get out of here.
My private captain's gonna take me back to Bellano. I'm gonna be relaxing. It's gonna be magnificent. I can't drive a boat. Well, I could, but Sarah wanted to, so she's on it. Beautiful day.
Yeah, not a lot of boat outside, so
Yeah.
it's perfect.
I'm glad I packed snacks like we were going on a 4-day road trip, or boat trip. I really thought we were gonna starve.
Final verdict, that was awesome. It was actually only €210. So €210 for 4 hours of whatever you want to do on the boat, and it included gas. We didn't have to pay for any extra gas. We didn't have to fill it up. He gave us a full tank of gas when we left. Now he's filling up for the next person. So honestly, with gas prices today, that's a really good deal. Like, I think we honestly feel like we made money on that excursion.
Also, if you wanted to do more than that, 5 hours was €240, and then 6 hours, which is the whole day, is $270. So honestly, pretty cheap compared to if you rented a boat with a driver. It's
Oh, yeah.
$270 for an hour.
Also, I think you could have up to 4 people in the boat.
Yeah.
So honestly, like it's 2 of us obviously, but if we had 2 other people per person, that is
Cheap.
way cheaper. It's definitely worth it in our opinion.
Do it.
It's a couple hours later, we came back and just honestly, we're so exhausted, we did nothing. So we're having dinner now, gonna watch some Ted Lasso and just take the night to literally do nothing.
We haven't done this yet. We've been on the go. So it's time for us to check some things off our to-do list.
A little bit outside of Varenna is Villa Monastero. It's in Varenna?
It's just
Oh.
like, you have
Push. Heave.
It's a couple.
I just want to see what I look like.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't help me. Okay. Go. I don't know why I'm nervous all of a sudden. I'm a very good swimmer. Want to spin us around a little? You okay?
Swallow a little bit. We're good. Swallowed a bit of water there, huh?